2 of those. I'm going to take 4 of these out. Wow. These get removed like they're just not there, don't they? Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Empyrion Reforged Eden. I'm 7foot Dust Bunny, and here we are at Kage848 Station, where hopefully we'll be able to find the medical officer, which fortunately there is a nice little map marker for. But in the meantime, we are gonna poodle around and speak to some of these guys. You're into weapon heavy. What do you have to say for yourself? Welcome to Into Weapon Armaments. We supply industrial weapon, blah 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 blah. Okay, so you provide most of this. Looks like it's ship type weapons. They do have a heavy armor, slightly out of my price range. A small upgrade kit, whatever that is for, which I'm assuming is for upgrading certain weapons. Good to know. And that looks like a control room I shouldn't be in. Okay. So there's the Weary Bar and Grill here, where we might grab a quick bite. Let's speak to him. Yes, burger, salad, dishes. Lovely. What about the pie? How much does that do? Food 88. That would be pretty much perfect. I will take one of your finest pies, please, sir, and I will consume said pie. Delicious. What I should do, actually, is while I'm here, just chuck all of that in a deposit. Makes life easier. So I don't have to carry the cash around with me. So what do we got on this level before we head down? We've got Grimgar's Garden, so that's obviously gardening supplies. This guy is... you sell seedlings? You're like a robo-assistant. Okay, fair enough. So he just stands there and watches you sell the stuff. Weapons checkpoint. So what does this happen? Keep the safety set on your weapon while in the station. If I find you fired a weapon inside the station, I'll drag your ass to security myself. Okay, chill dude, I got it. I'm not going to shoot anyone. Yet. Maybe, possibly. Unless I have an accident. And so we'll go down again. We've got Quantum Star Teleporter Service. So we've got the best deal on high-end. So do you sell teleporters? Oh, you sell optronic bridges and all that sort of fun. Okay, you also sell flux coils. Now, I was missing titanium, wasn't I? Not flux coils. I was thinking I was missing flux coils, but I think I'm missing titanium for the actual CPU extender for the ship. Hello! Welcome to OK Medical. Are you here to purchase supplies for your ship? Or here for medical treatment? Can you tell me about... that's kind of a weird thing to blurt out straight away. I hear a member of my crew was taken here for treatment. Yes, that sounds better. Terran, aren't you? Yes, some members of your kind were brought here several months ago. Your kind are particularly rare in these parts, so I know you're some relation to them, blah blah blah. No, I'm just a little late to the party. I'm trying to find where the rest of my crew went, but I'm running low on leads. All I know is that Ensign Emerson was brought here. Well, there's nothing I can tell you about where your people went. As for Natasha Emerson, she came here in bad shape, broken collarbone, combat fractures to her right leg, and an untreated concussion that was causing swelling in her brain. Don't look so down, sir. Such conditions were easily treated, and she walked out of here 2 days later. What happened to the rest of the crew after that? I'm afraid that's outside my job description. Once the patient walks out these doors, they are no longer my patient. Thank you, Doctor. Have a nice day, sir. Yeah, I have a horrible feeling we're gonna be doing a similar thing again. I've identified the manager, floor commander, floor 2 level above you, yes. Why do I fear that we're in for another security officer thing? Again. It's 2 floors above you. Are you telling me it's up there, or is it up here? Are you going to give me a marker? Manager, over there. I'm just being blind. Hello, sir. What can I do for you? If you're here to lodge a complaint about one of the station's service employees, I really wish you wouldn't. Sorry, sir, I haven't slept in days, so my mind is not all right here now. I'm not here to lodge a complaint, so this won't take long. Let's get some rest then. No. Let's just say we won't take long. I'm not here to lodge a complaint, so this won't take long. Praise Empyrion. I don't think I could handle another customer complaint today. I'm already at breaking point. So then, what do you want with me? Please tell me you're not trying to sell me something. I'm looking for my comrades. They came to this station several months ago. I'm afraid I only managed the shop district of the station. If they were transporting cargoes logistics, the manager probably would have records of them, but unless there was a dispute with one of the station staff, I'm afraid I won't be of much use. I'm sorry. I mean, I could try and search general records, but unless they were important, they won't have made logs. If you want me to give it a try, I can, but I need the names they used on the logs. Ensign Natasha Emerson, she was being treated by medical while she was here. Lieutenant Gatsy Romley, I believe he was dark-skinned guy with a beard. He may have been listed as captain now though. That should be fine. Military ranks are included within the names in the logs anyway. Give me a minute and I'll try to find the right logs. Okay. Please hold. Oh no. That's odd. Your friends made it into the general station logs. It looks like they were sent upstairs to Polsec. I'm not seeing any disturbance, criminal discrepancies or disciplinary reports, so it doesn't seem to be related to them being in trouble. Not that I'm saying they did anything wrong, but this is very strange. What's Polsec and why would they be taken there? Polsec is Polaris Security. This is a security, military, if you like, division of Polaris Megacorp, responsible for protecting Polaris assets from pirates and unlawful seizure by Xerax bureaucrats, among other things. Polsec operates out of many space stations, but their primary ports are the 77 Kage848 stations across the galaxy. So, Polaris military has my people? The logs don't say. You'd have to go upstairs to the security forces dock and ask them, I'm afraid. I won't be able to tell you anything though. They certainly don't tell me anything. I expected you to expect a bribe like everyone else around here. Yes, bribery is quite a problem around here. I've lost lots of valuable cargo, and confidential information has been leaked recently due to rampant bribery by pirates looking for an easy score. The higher-ups are keeping a close watch on the bank accounts of all station managers, so we can't accept any payments that would look suspicious. They're probably monitoring security and shipping personnel as well, since that's where the budget is being hit the hardest, so best to carry on as if you intended tipping staff here. Thank you for the tip, I'll be on my way. You're welcome, sir. I'm just glad I'm not having to deal with another angry customer for once. Okay, happy times. Okay, the Polaris security dock is located at the top of the station. Yeah, so we gotta go all the way up. You're a security officer. Unless you've got something to do with the miscreant we've got in lockup, move along. I caught him trying to bribe a dock worker and he's obviously up to no good. If I catch you doing anything like that, you'll be next to him. I'll get out of your way. Who's the miscreant? I know, he is just a miscreant. Okay, fair enough. We do have to go right up to the top. There's a comms chief and a Polsec operator. Wow, this place is huge. Okay. Let's go across to the comms chief, who seems to be heavily protected. Hey, you can't be in here. This area is for Polaris personnel only. Sorry, but I've got business with one of the operators upstairs. I'll be back in a second. Hey, oh, fine. I can see where you're going from here, so I'll be keeping an eye on you. Come back when you're finished. Okay. Well, he let me go. Can I? So if I speak to this guy, is this going to end poorly? I'm gonna chicken save, and then I'm gonna speak to that guy right just to see what happens. Hello. Oh, you're an information trader. Ah, I was thinking it might be like a red herring guy, so you go over and speak to him, but then they open fire on you. Okay. POSEC operator, blah blah blah. You're not meant to be up here. You aren't even a Polaris employee. My Polaris ID is... it started with 8, so I'm going with this one. Ah, welcome. Considering how new your account is, I'm surprised you were able to memorize your Polaris ID number in the amount of time you had. Fortunately, I'd be warned you coming to... I'm been asked to give you aid where I can. Sort of. If you knew I was coming, why bother asking me for my ID? Let's see, who asked? I got a message from an officer of the ground station 18, yeah. Quote, lend what aid you can to manage within my security clearance. That's pretty weird, since I've heard that guy's a right ass and on the fast track to be promoted to the bottom of the pile. Probably a prison hab with a number of complaints from his security detail. Anyway, there's no details on what you need, so if you'll care to fill me in. I'm looking for a destination of the ship that took the 40 or 50 UHC naval personnel off the station. One moment, please. Oh. Destination classified. Sorry, it looks like the ship was headed out of the system and fitted for a long-range warp drive. There is a return log file of contacts for another station. No name, no data, the rest is locked to high security clearance. I shouldn't even be looking in this directory. This job is boring as hell, but I don't think I want to get any kind of excitement that I'll get for sticking my nose into those files. Sorry, buddy. That's as much as I can tell you. Thanks for sticking your neck out. I'll wire you some credits for the trouble. Oh, that'd be nice. Thanks. I'm guessing you had something to do with that message. Yes, Commander. I've also transferred 1,000 credits from Pavel's private account to the operator for their cooperation. Shall I transfer another 200 credits from Pavel's account to the operator for their trouble? That'd be perfect. Pavel has been very generous today. Looks like we've hit a dead end. They could have gone anywhere with all those logs locked away like that. It's like executive level or something stupid like that. Can you access the system? No, Commander, I do not have access to the station's security systems. However, I believe you should speak to the comms chief now. There is an urgent matter that needs your attention. I did promise him I'll come back. What kind of urgent matter? This sounds like busy work. Hello, sir. I said I wouldn't be long and I didn't. Or whatever. Well, we've already received a message telling us to give you a temporary clearance for now, so it doesn't seem to matter now. It also says you'll be contracted for the Polaris and that you qualify to reconfigure Polaris communications equipment. Is that true? I doubt I could tell you the difference. Let's say, yes, I think it is. Can you? That's great. I've been waiting on maintenance for weeks to send someone to take a look at the relay satellites and find out what's been going wrong with the signaling cycle. Okay. Commander, I'm aware that you aren't qualified with communications equipment, Polaris or otherwise, so I'll be handling the reconfiguration of the communications equipment, but I'll require you to be my eyes and hands for the task. The safety of our mission relies on you. So what's exactly the problem, Chief? Glad to hear you can handle it. For the last weeks we've had degrading communication relays in the sector. You see, this sector has a triangulation setup of communication relay satellites, 6 of them with the Kage848 in the middle. Together, we correlate transmission data from neighbouring sectors, route it through the trade terminal, banking systems, everything, then beam it back into deep space for another repeater that sends it to our other systems. The problem is that something is interfering with the transmission between the comms relays in this sector. It could be an asteroid in the way, it could be a broken antenna, it could be sabotage, or it could be just some asshole could have crashed into it and not reported the collision. Sabotage? Every so often, some pirate bastards come around and try to siphon off bank data from the comms relays. It's not possible, but it doesn't stop them from trying. The real problem is when they hang around to ambush the guys they send out to repair the relays. So watch your ass. Okay. And comms relays? What about them? They're standard orbiting stations, just bare basics, life support, server room, data storage, buffers, core system, no defences. Okay, and what's my jobs? Your job is to check out each comm relay for signs of damage inside and out and fix it. If you don't have the materials or whatever, bypass it and patch it. I'll patch into your radio the whole time. If pirates do turn up, I'll call security patrol to back you up. It'll probably take a few minutes for them to reach you, so you'll be on your own till then. Okay, you have a ship? Better get into it and make sure it's armed. You could run into anything out there, so it's best if you're prepared. Any questions? Do I get paid? Should have already been listed on the contract you agreed to. It's 12,000 credits for the job, no medical, no dental. If we have to relife your corpse because you screwed up, you'll be paying 2,000 out of your pay for the encoding and typing. So don't screw up. Okay, don't die. I'll be monitoring your progress from here, so let's get to it, shall we? Yep, I'll head to the flight deck. I fear I'm going to get a whole shot in my ship. Okay. I'm wondering if I can pick up some O2 while I'm here, because you know what? The one thing I don't have is much O2. We seem to need to go down to the trade floor. Not quite sure why it's telling me to go to the trade floor. Alright, IDA. Spill it. What's going on with this job for the Polaris? It's a delicate situation, Commander. I would like you to confirm the condition of your communications relay satellites before I give you a definitive answer. I would prefer to avoid alarming you if possible. Bullshit. You're up to something and you're not telling me because I wouldn't agree with it. You've been steering me towards this station as soon as we've heard about it, and now this job has nothing to do with finding the rest of the fleet. What am I supposed to think? You were infecting the Polaris with malware? They tried to slip you after all? Let's shoot that again. You've been steering me towards this station as soon as we heard about it, and now the job You've been steering me towards this station as soon as we heard about it, and now the job that has nothing to do with finding the rest of the fleet. What am I supposed to think? Were you infected with the Polaris malware they tried to slip you after all? Commander, I believe that you will be able to access the Polaris security system through their comms relay and obtain security data from their system. That's why we had to undertake this mission for the Polaris. I don't think that's the whole truth. I think IDA is somehow tied up in the satellites. I'm not lying to you, Simple Dustbane. Accessing the communications relay is vital to the future for both of us. Alright, I'll do as you say. It's not like I have much of a choice. I will explain myself properly when I can. Whether or not my plan to interface with one of the comms relays is successful. That'll do for now, I guess. then I beat you with a stick. Okay. So, may I ask, does anyone have some oxygen? Some O2? Some free O2, sir? I would like some free O2 before I leave. Because in all honesty, my ship has no O2. In fact, maybe I can buy some. That might not be a bad plan. That's armor lockers. There's no 2 station. Okay, so I can use that much. Let me just see if I can buy a little O2 before I leave the station. So we're back in the ship and this comms relay is quite a long way away. My instant thought is actually to pop back down to the planet and one, see if I can muster up some oxygen because I didn't manage to buy any, and 2, see if I can get that core upgrade on the go with the materials I have on board. So I'm going to get back to base, which hopefully is, it's all the way over there, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay, so we're coming back in over our base that turns out not to be our base. This turns out to be the original base, so to speak, with the damaged dart. So, one, I need to knock this base off as our base, because this is no longer our base. But we'll pick up the goods that are here quickly, because we should, one, I think, have some fuel here. And we can leave that dart here. It's still manufacturing the fuel, fine. I'm going to take all this fuel because that will be helpful. So let's get all this mounted up. And I'm also going to be trying to see if we can get ourselves all set up for having some upgrades, possibly some thrusters, as well as the core, and hopefully a gun turret if I can manage it. So what we'll do is we'll take this base marker off the map, because our current base is now over here, this little green one, this ancient shelter. This is our base. So I'm gonna head over there and then we'll have a look at what we can do upgrade wise. Okay, and home sweet home, we're here. I've turned the power off completely, so I'm gonna dump the food back in the fridge because we might well be needing that, and I'm gonna dump the fuel in there just to be available, and the rest of the bits here in the short hop. For now, I am actually going to take all this stuff out and I'm going to ship all of it across to the ancient shelter input, so that we have everything we have available right here, and then we can see what we can build. Sorry, I had to sneeze there quite heavily. So we can make some titanium, we can make some cobalt now, which is all good. Let's have a look here. Small vessel. What can we do? I mean, you can build like small food processors and everything with these small vessels in this game. I mean, we can unlock the harvest controller, which may be a good idea, because we could possibly unlock drill modules and use drill modules or a singular drill module to do some space mining if we wanted to. Of course, a trauma station wouldn't hurt either, but at least for now all of this is large constructor, I'm noticing, so we might have to upgrade to a large constructor. At the moment I think we're small thrusters, We might be mediums. I need to check actually. We've got our multi-tool, so we can see what we've got. These are all small thrusters on the front here. These on the back, are these small? These are all smalls. So upgrading to mediums at bare minimum would be highly useful depending on what we can do here. Let's have a look. This can do, even if it's locked, we can sort of check what we can do. We can even do medium advanced thrusters. Do we have what we need? Cobalt alloy. We can make a salvage core. Large thrusters. Advanced large thrusters. My only worry with going all the way to advanced large thrusters is the amount of CPU they're going to eat. Which is probably going to be quite a lot. And we'll probably have to slap in a couple of proper generators as well. I mean, there's advanced small generators. Wow, generators eat CPU. Holy crap. That is pretty mental. Okay. Wow. Yeah. How many blocks does that take up? That's a 3x1. It's only designed to take a couple of those. What's their energy output? That is 1.1 kilowatts. One of those will put out twice that. But that has high output capacitors, which we don't have, and flux cores, which we don't have. We possibly could have bought some. So you might have to go for one of those in the meantime. And we're looking at 1.1 kilowatts. So even if I upgrade like 6 of those, that's almost, well no, that would be 660 something kilowatts. Well, a bit more than that, 700 maybe. So we could possibly afford to put a couple in, but then we want things like the gun turret as well. So that's going to start eating into that quite rapidly. Okay, so let's work with the basic extender for now. That we can get started on. The mobile constructor, that doesn't eat, that eats less CPU. Wow, that eats less CPU than the actual thrusters. But I think I can afford 2 of these. That's 2,000. Plus the CPU on thrusters actually isn't too bad. Especially over the small thrusters we already have. The small thrusters are 100 CPU, these are only 65, so that's actually not too bad. We don't have many energy regulators. I'm not sure if we can make many more at the moment. I might see what I can make, but I'm liking the advanced thruster over the medium. The thrust is a lot more. I would have to upgrade less thrusters. And the efficiency is much higher. So I think we've got to go for those. Just generally, rather than going down this route, I think we want to go for the advanced thruster. It seems better. This requires optronic bridges. This is out of our league at the moment. Remote shield boost. Really? Long range radar. I mean, that you can stick on top of the ship if you want to and have a massively long range radar, but I don't see that's really useful for us right now. I do want a harvest controller if I can knock one out, because I may well see if I can do some mining by getting a mining drill on there. At least that will make my life a little bit easier. But I want to see just how many of these I can knock out at the moment. I'm gonna ask for 10 and we'll see how many we can get. In the meantime, I need to start thinking about retrieving some blocks, and we will link ourselves to the ancient shelter. In fact, that's going to be a problem. We're going to need a Wi-Fi. So you make one of those, and then I'll queue up 9 afterwards. And in the meantime, we'll make a Wi-Fi, which I don't think I've unlocked. So, miscellaneous. Oh no, I've unlocked a Wi-Fi. So let's queue up a Wi-Fi, please. There it is. And then beyond that, I'll queue up another 9 thrusters. Or I'll just queue up 10 and see what happens, because I don't think I'm going to get 10. So we'll queue up that Wi-Fi. We'll get that working so I can easily take bits off the ship. I also want, and I think my portable constructor can do this, I need 3 iron ore to go and make an atmospheric condenser, because I'm going to want that running while I'm away or while I'm working. So let's take 3 iron ore and let's get that one building, because I can use some of that fuel I've got to run that, and that will get me some O2, so I can run O2. See, what I'm thinking is I can take the light off here, and I think there's a block directly behind it, but I can put the drill on there if I want. That wouldn't be a big problem. So I'm going to let some of that build, and then I'll get to work. Okay, and welcome back. It's morning, and as you might notice as well, I've been working on making this place a little bit more homely overnight. I've put down a bed, I've got some blocks I need to put in there, which I will be able to do eventually. I mean, I've actually replaced some of the floor blocks because I couldn't be bothered to go out and harvest the stone to make concrete. One little tip is, if you do happen to be doing a similar thing, there's 2 levels of concrete underneath this base, and the ground is just there, so this will be structurally fine. But I do need to get some more to sort of just close that off and keep things nice, because, well, I'm going to put a large constructor there, in truth, which is already made. And oh, I have blocks here, perfect, which is exactly what I want. So I want to put a couple of, what I want to do is, let's just use the drone for this, is I want to put, and now I'm getting a bit too distracted from the point of what I'm actually supposed to be doing here. I want to put a couple of those corner bits in. And there we go. Before I put those in along the top, which I can never tell if they're the right way around. They are. And do I want to put the windows directly in there or not? I think I do. So I'm going to need to make a few more windows. See, and I've got completely distracted from what I'm supposed to be doing here. But yeah, I just decided to make it a bit more homely while I was really looking for something, really waiting for all the bits to construct. I had some other bits, so I started just pulling blocks off and making the place a bit more livable. I'll say the large constructor is now going to go in here, like so, and the windows will go in behind. Would you care to make that last window for me? Thank you. And yeah, we'll get those windows in, just so the place is back to being as close to airtight as it ever was, which is not very, but it makes me feel better. And what I really now want to do is zap, 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 zap. There we go. I don't know why. I prefer them that way around. They let more light in. It makes me happy. So, what we now need to do is, we're still connected up to this. We have 2 generators. I've made at least 10. I've got the CPU extender. So I'm going to see how far that gets us. One of the reasons I made the large constructor, which is very important, I haven't actually triggered that yet. Input, add to output. And I'm probably going to want this, is I want a couple of fuel tanks. And that is one thing I can't seem to make with the small constructor, is a couple of large fuel tanks for it. It just doesn't seem to be... Oh no. I could have sworn it wasn't there. Okay. I'll stop talking. That's bollocks. And... Alright, now we need to remove this cockpit, and if possible I will consider putting in an armoured cockpit, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. The other thing I of course want to do is, one, I need to remove that generator. I'm going to remove this cargo controller for now, because I'm hoping to stick a harvest one in the meantime. Let's see if that will work. I've forgotten to make that harvest controller. Yes please. So we'll stick that in while I think about it. So as you can see, this is all marked out inside on this one. So there's fuel tank, generator, generator, generator. Now again, this is for vanilla, so this is not how it was originally planned to be. Well, I mean, these bits I'm putting in are how I originally planned it to be, but it wasn't supposed to be used in Reforged. So ultimately all of this will be partially guesswork as to how this pans out. Let's stick that harvest controller in right there. That'll be fine, and we might as well stick, I think we'll stick the 2 generators in behind these fuel tanks for now, and we'll see how that does us on CPU, because we'll be well over CPU because I haven't put the additional CPU in. Yeah, which needs to go down here. It'll go in one of the T4 positions for the minute. Let's just stick it up there next to the core, out the way. And how does that see us on CPU? So, oh, we have 12,000 CPU. That is not a higher tier CPU. Am I misunderstanding how this all works? Can I get out of my ship? I know I should be using the drone, but still. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. I do not understand. I thought that was CPU extender, proof CPU extender, advanced CPU extender. Is there something else? Research? Okay, this is way above where I'm supposed to be. Okay. Ooh, advanced rifle. Hello. Combat shotgun. There doesn't seem to be a lot of difference. Spread slightly less, recoil is less, range is a little more, damage is the same. I'm not sure that one's particularly worth it. That one definitely seems worth it. Pulse laser, not sure I can make one of those. It doesn't do as much damage as the assault rifle, but it shoots more quickly. But I might see if I can upgrade my assault rifle to an advanced. That might be worth it. So I have a hard cap now of 12. Where are we at? 7.5. I have 10 advanced thrusters available to me at the moment. So I'm thinking 4 here. Maybe 1 on the side. On each side. That's 6. Maybe 2 in the front as well. I'm thinking I could put 2 in the front and then 2 on lift. That might work. So that's the plan. That's what I'm going for. I'm going to go yeah, 2 of those. I'm going to take 4 of these out. Wow. These get removed like they're just not there, don't they? Then we'll take which one of the side ones out. I don't think that one comes out in the same way this one does. So I could change this one, which is probably furthest from the middle, so it's probably the best one to go for in terms of maneuverability. So we'll take that one out, and then I'll go inside to get the other ones out. Because I've got to remember the other thing that happens. Oh god, I've just literally taken that out when I don't need to take that out. That was foolish. So yeah, the other thing that actually happens is that obviously I'm reducing the level of CPU when I take these out, because it doesn't quite work as in that you know, the upgrade uses a little bit more CPU than what you originally had. So yeah, I'm gonna go find a couple of lift thrusters here, which we'll be able to pick on. But I think the lift thrusters are already mediums, so they're not going to be as big an upgrade. So what I might do is take out a couple of the mediums and put them in the front and put the advanced on the lift, because ultimately you're going to want to carry resources and stuff. It's raining. Right, let me get on with that, and I'll show you where we get to. So I've been doing all this and sticking all these bits in, and we still look pretty damn good on CPU. I've got at the moment 10 advanced thrusters in there. I think I have 4 down, 4 in the back. I think they're mediums. They're advanced in turning, so we're going to be slightly slower slowing down, but we should be able to go side to side pretty well. And I'm sticking in a couple of bonuses like a constructor, which I figure would be nice. And I'm just noticing we're not very sort of screwed on CPU. Not anywhere near as much as I thought we were going to be. Now, there's sort of two elements to this. One is that that's obviously good, and therefore, you know, we should be running more efficiently, and I believe in Reforged, if I'm running more efficiently, I use less fuel and power, I think. The other element to this is that it makes me think. One, I did check because it crossed my mind, could I have another extender? The answer to that's no. I'm only allowed one per ship according to the tech tree. But I do have the ability to do something I didn't think was possible. A shield generator only uses 1250 CPU, which is a lot less than in vanilla. And with that in mind, I've actually got capacity to do that. What I am missing is I believe, I think I need some neodymium to do it. Okay, at the moment I'm missing some plastics, that's no big deal. Carbon substrate, I can go and sort that out. But to make the shield generator, I need to make high output capacitors, flux coils, and some advanced electronics. All of which require neodymium, I believe. I'm pretty sure flux coils do, because that's old school. Advanced electromagnet requires neodymium. And magnetic plate. What the frick is magnetic plate? And how is magnetic plate produced? Magnetic plate requires neodymium. And magnesite. Oh, right, that. Hang on. No, it was one of these. It was advanced electronics, sorry. Which just requires neodymium. So, those both require neodymium. And high capacity. Was it? The other one was a high output capacitor, which I'm assuming high output capacitor. So that doesn't require anything special. I just haven't got all the bits for it, which is fine because that requires more advanced electronics, which require neodymium. So I was going to see, in between episodes, if I can go shopping over there, and if they might sell some neodymium. Because I think they sell some basic resources. I don't know if they sell neodymium though. If they do, next time we're going to have a shield. If they don't, next time we're not going to have a shield. Put very simply. But in the meantime, let's just, as the last thing of the day, we're just going to pop this little one in. Come on, get in, you fiend. It's sometimes weird trying to put it back in. Come on, there you go, sit. And there, thank you. Now, and take this little baby out for a spin to, one, make sure that the power can keep up, and two, make sure we don't have any major problems. Do you know what I've completely forgotten to do while I've been doing all of this though? Is put this one down and put some bloody fuel in it. What a dickhead. Oh man, that's annoying. Yeah, I meant to put that down and stick some bloody fuel in it. So let me grab some fuel a second. As much as I can carry. Yep, that will do. Let's stick that in there. You get on. Also, I'm gonna need to get some food again. Because while we've got food here, at the moment I seem to be purchasing food. It seems to be the way I'm gonna play it this time round. I'm not too worried about that. That's not a big deal. Right. So, let's chuck some fuel in here. There, we ate through half of that. But we've got a much greater fuel capacity now. It's already dark. Happy times. But we should be able to see how we do on power. We should be pretty good. We are pretty good. I mean, obviously my thrusters aren't the right colour and they need texturing. But we are more manoeuvrable. We don't stop so well. We are more manoeuvrable than we were. And we have more thrust than we did. Now, the other thing is we can probably put another set of GATs on here, which if we're going to face space drones might be the right move to make. So I might have a check and we'll see if I can get some neodymium in there, because if I can take a shield, I'll take a shield. If I can't get a shield, I'm going for extra weapons. But all of that will have to be next time, because I'm going to have to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time. Thanks a lot.